Welcome back!
Vocal exercises.
You know, that's something you gotta do when you're getting ready for a podcast, to do a bunch of talking.
But our mouths never stop. The fact that it's, what time is it? It is 11:41 at night, and you came over at 7.
We've been trying to get this thing done. We've just been talking and talking and talking and talking. We probably could have recorded like 5 episodes.
Yeah, we at least had 3 hours worth of content that we just talked about. And now we have to actually record it. Like, why didn't we freaking start recording 2 hours ago when we came down here?
Because we went to dumbasses.
Jesus Christ.
Well, just because, like, we like to talk, and, sometimes there's things that we're going to, want to talk about between the two of us that, sometimes you guys are not going to find interesting, or we don't feel like sharing with our listeners right away, because we are still very new to the podcast community.
New. They knew.
We some babies. Somebody slapped my ass.
But Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh God.
But we're gonna slowly open up you guys more, because we do want to be more opal. We do want to be more vocal and open. I was
vocal and open.
Vocal and open.
This is why we do vocal exercises.
So I don't say shit like opal.
Like opal.
I'm just gonna cough a lot. I'm also fighting bronchitis right now, guys.
How's that asthma treating you there, bud?
Oh, God. Asthma and bronchitis mixed together. That's how my week has been. This is why this podcast is late this week. Because I've been sick in the ER because my asthma doesn't like to cooperate with my bronchitis in my lungs. So now I'm just a hot mess.
She's just a fucking mess, guys.
I can't breathe worth shit. It's like I have a dick in my mouth without the pleasure of having a dick in my mouth.
Yeah, that...
But when is that really a pleasure?
Okay, but in reality, if you have a dick in your mouth, you're making a noise, not a
This is true.
Noise.
Depends on what kind of dick you have.
No.
It's a very sandy, dry dick.
If you're getting sandy, dry dicks in your mouth, I'm going to be really concerned for your well-being, and I'm really going to think that you're going to visit that gynecologist sooner.
I need to see him sooner.
Yeah, you definitely do.
It probably is about time.
And then, but yeah, besides the fact that she's been super sick, I had taken 5 days off, and that's when we recorded the first episode. But because I took those 5 days off, I ended up having to work a Monday to Monday week, so 7 days straight. And on top of that, I have a second job, so 3 days
were doubles.
And it was on 4th of July.
Oh my God.
That I worked a double, and I was about ready to murder.
Just murder. I know why your murderous reasons were coming out.
Oh, I mean, besides the fact that every other day stressors, and then, just my first Monday, I just get a big slap in the face, and it just made me go fucking manic. So 4th of July, after I'm done with my shift at my other job, at my part-time one, I run home, I get dressed, I speed to Hopkins so I could pick up some elephant ears for my coworker, and I get to Hopkins, I make the elephant ears really quick, and I leave and head back to work.
I really want elephant ears.
Well, you're gonna have to wait until next week when the fair comes around.
Okay, I can wait.
I can't really make them right now. I don't have a wagon.
Damn.
Well, I mean, my family does, but it's not here.
It's not here right now, no. Okay, another time. I always got food on the mind. Sorry, guys.
Who doesn't have food on the mind all the time? But either way, it's the 4th of July. It was so hot, and I get out of my car, and I have my bag, and I'm wearing a different, a dressier shirt with a high-waisted shorts, and I'm speed walking from the farthest parking spot all the way to the building with 6 elephant ears on my arm, and from the point I got out of my car to the end of that little section of parking lot, I had swamp ass like no other. But I didn't call it swamp ass. I called it swamp crotch. I was like, I was like, just like thought. When I get manic like that, it's just stupid thought after stupid thought, and well, that was one of those stupid thoughts, and it turned into something fucking stupid, or I couldn't stop laughing. I was uncontrollably laughing at my own stupid phrase, and then I started crying probably about 30 minutes later because I made myself sad. And see, I was like, oh god, I have hardcore swamp crotch right now. And then, now I don't like to use other terms for the vagina or female genitalia. I don't like cooch, I don't like cooter, I don't like vagine, monkey, cookie, all those words, I hate them.
Oh my god, cooter is my favorite.
I hate them. If I'm gonna use a different...
I agree on cookie and all those other ones, but like cooter is my favorite. Like if I'm talking about my cooter, I'm talking about my cooter.
I'm gonna talk about my vagina.
That's probably like a more grown-up way to say it, but I'm
uncomfortable. Oh, vajayjay is the worst.
Okay, I hate people who call it vajayjay. Like I want to slap you in the face if you call it vajayjay.
I want to slap anybody in the face who uses any other term, but I use them ironically for the sake of humor.
My phone just picked up vajayjay. Like you live, I want to slap you in the face. He called vajayjay.
What?
I can do a search for that.
Nice. That's nice.
I want Google to search this. Okay.
You know what? Let Google search that. But, so, I'll occasionally use them ironically when I'm just being a moron. Trying to make somebody laugh, right? Well, I apparently needed to make myself laugh because after I was like, man, I have hardcore swamp crotch right now. I'm like, swamp cooch. Swamp cooch! And I was dying for a good 10 minutes, laughing to myself about this. And I was like, swamp cooch.
Oh, I wish I had a weekend like that where I have like manic episodes like that. Except
no, you don't want to go through manic episodes, but just that random funny thought that goes on when you're actually in a high of the mania.
See, when I'm high, I have a lot of great thoughts. But that's just me. Like
that's just.
I'm just a stoner beyond stoners, and I'm really happy to be a stoner.
You know, and I'm glad you're happy, bud.
Thank you. Me too. I got a lot of buds.
You're a happy bud.
I am always a happy bud. But you know what? So I just started seeing this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has never smoked weed before.
Huh.
He has never smoked. He's like, oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in it. I'm just like, it's just not something I've ever done before. There's a few weird things about him. I'm usually into red flags when it comes to dating a guy, but these aren't red flags. They're like those weird yellow flags.
Which is even more... Proceed with caution.
Yeah, and sometimes they're worse than red flags because... You go, like, if you don't proceed with the right kind of caution, like, it just fucks you up even more. Okay, this dude, I was a late bloomer when I lost my virginity. I was 20 years old, so, like, I thought I was a late bloomer. This guy didn't lose his virginity until he was 23. And he's now 26. And he's only slept with 6 women. I've slept with more women than him.
I think I've slept with more women than him, too.
It's not something I want to be proud of or anything. I'm just like, oh, I just slept with more... And it's just weird. I'm not going to say his name right away, guys, because I don't want to embarrass him, the poor kid. But we're going to call him Serial Killer, because he looks like one to me.
He's an odd duckling, guys.
We went to high school with him. But yeah, Serial Killer, I mean, he just gives off those weird vibes, because like a serial killer, they don't have red flags either. They're yellow flags, too.
They're hardcore yellow flags, but they can blend themselves into society. So
that's what's weird. He seems like such a chill dude. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a weird girl, because I video game. I love to fucking play video games. It's one of my favorite things, and so does he, so that's something that we bond over. But it's like... I don't even know how to still explain it, because it's still brand new, like... I really hate beginning dating sometimes, guys, because... Especially when he's broke right now, so he can't take me out to dinner.
Oof. And, I mean, relationships is always just... Vocal exercises, they are important.
Every day.
Relationships need to be 50-50 in order for them to work, and sometimes there's going to be a low point where, you're going to have to pick up that extra slack, but, it's always going to be returned.
It has to be returned.
Yes.
I mean, not all the time, every time, but, like, you can't be the one giving everything.
Yeah, there's going to be a time where you're going to pick up the slack when they're not able to give as much as they think they should. But, they're going to come back stronger, and that's what's going to make the relationship better.
But this is a brand, like, we're not even in a relationship. Like, nothing's going to get posted on social media anytime soon.
You guys are just boning.
Basically, that's all that's happening right now. Because that's how I like to start off my relationships. I like to start off with boning them while getting to know them. And I already know him.
Yeah, no, I've recently learned that, if I'm going to be, like, with relationships, I can't just jump into the boning. Because I'm going to, that just creates those red flags. Well, I don't notice the red flags.
The red flags also become invisible.
Yeah, because rose-colored glasses are...
I just got a new pair. I love them.
Yeah, I know. They're beautiful. You kept trying to put them on Steven earlier.
I know, because I want him to see pink.
And he was not having it.
No. But it's okay, child.
You're not going to notice the color of a red flag with rose-colored glasses.
No, not at all.
And so I realized that I have to get to know them first before just jumping in the sack. Even though, jumping in the sack is always a good time.
It is.
Like, I bet, like, with Travis, we took our time. We talked. Pretty much just talked for like a month. I mean, it started getting, a little PDA-ish about 2 weeks in.
You're adults.
We're adults.
You're not in fucking high school.
We're adults, but, like, we talked. We didn't jump in the sack right away. We just had conversations on what we liked, what we disliked. We talked about movies. He actually compared. He's like, I've had people consider me like a walking IMDb for TV and movies, and then I meet you. Well, we've known each other for years, but we never really knew each other. Didn't really hang out
until this relationship.
Until our relationship started, and he's like, yeah, people thought of me as like a walking IMDb, and then I meet you. You blow me out of the water, and I was like, fucking thanks. Could not ask for more of a compliment from you, sir. And so, like, communication was key, and like everything was just perfect. We had a lot of similar interests, a lot of similar goals and what we want from a relationship. He understands that I'm a single mom, and he's a single dad. Like, I couldn't ask for anything better, and like there was no conflict, at least.
Right.
And if there was like an issue that we were having with each other, like, he said something that when he was in a grumpy mood at work one day. I was texting him, and he said something like he was very grumpy, and Steven was being a total turd that day.
He's a turd a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, he's a turd. He's a 3-year-old. What do you expect? That's just a
their
part
nature.
Of, being 3. And he's like, I'm like, man, he's like, man, is that kid ever happy? I'm like, excuse the fuck me. You're gonna piss off Mama Bear real quick, because I'm about ready to rip off your head.
And he's in the doghouse right now a little bit.
Yeah, he's in the doghouse. But this was pre-doghouse.
This is pre-doghouse, okay.
Well, immediately after I told him...
But when they're in the doghouse, you can bring up as many bullshit things as you want. When they're in the doghouse, nothing is left alone. I believe in that solely.
You know what? I used to do that really bad, but that actually also ruined a lot of my relationships, too. At least for my part. But I definitely understand that feeling.
Not everything, but, like, it's the time to bring up, like, you keep leaving the fucking toilet seat up when you get up in the middle. That's when you bring it up when they're in the doghouse.
Mm-hmm.
When they're already scared with the tail between their legs is when you bring up that bullshit when they're in the doghouse. That's at least from my perspective.
Well, he brought that up, and I told him, that's another thing that I absolutely love about him, is that we are able to communicate with each other, our emotions, our feelings, what's going on in our heads. I told him how I felt about what he said.
I'm just impressed right now. Like, you have a man who communicates with you.
Yeah.
Like, those fucking exist?
Yes, and he actually does. So he's like, you know what, you're right. I definitely should not have said that. I've had a kind of a rough day, and it's, it hurts me that you're stressed out, but, I should have definitely not said that, and I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry I snapped at you.
Man, adult relationships can be so good.
Mm-hmm. But he's where everything was fit, we had a little downhill slide. It was just like a break, just a short literal 48-hour break when I should have just gave it, like, everyone's like, give him more time than that. I'm like, I'm too forgiving of a person.
And you know what? It's your relationship. Like, even though I have my 2 cents on your relationship and I brought it to you, it's not like I'm asking you to break up with the dude, because honestly I don't think you should, but I do like the way that you're going with it. It's your relationship, so why does my opinion matter? It fucking doesn't. It's between you two.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on between the sheets. I don't know the ups and downs, so it's really not my business.
It was just bad. Like,
yeah.
And it came out of the blue. There were, like, red flags.
You had none!
I had none. Everything was perfect. And you know what? Everything still is, but there was just that one thing.
You know what? I wish we didn't have red flags. I wish we had, like, those blow-up people that just go...
wacky waving, arms flailing.
Yeah, I want those every time.
Inflatable tube men.
Because it seems more fun and
Seth
enjoyable.
MacFarlane, where are you?
Where is Seth MacFarlane? God, I just want him to be in my bedroom tonight. He's daddy.
Yes.
I love Seth. Oh, just because
we love Seth MacFarlane. We do. And a lot of people, like, I have friends that think that I'm garbage for loving Seth MacFarlane.
Because all I know is about Family Guy.
Well, no, they know his stuff.
Oh, I thought they were just those closed-minded, impotent people.
No, they know his stuff. I just, and there is some questionable things that Seth MacFarlane definitely jokes about, but I appreciate, like, a bunch of his stuff that he's done. Off of Seth MacFarlane.
For a minute.
We'll get back to Seth MacFarlane someday.
I'll get on that one day.
But he, like, Travis and I were able to talk after everything happened.
And that's, like, the biggest fucking thing in any relationship.
Is communication. Like, I put in my 2 cents. Oh, I gave him my 2 fucking cents.
Whether he didn't want it or not, he kept getting it.
Yeah. And, like, we took a little break. It was literally 2 days. And we were still talking to each other during said break.
Because that's a break.
Yeah, because that's a real break there. But, like, the whole time I was like, I couldn't imagine being with anybody else. Because I had that communication. I had that, we had fantastic banter. The next day, he was walking me to my car. It was the day after we had started, like, I told him that I was, wanting to work towards forgiveness. And he walked me to my car, and I told him my swamp cooch story.
If you could tell a man a swamp cooch story, keep him around.
Just, always good, if you're able to, just roll, like, create good banter. You know what I mean?
As long as you have, like, I'm not saying you're like-minded people, but it's like, you ride the same wavelength.
You can play off each other really well. And Travis and I do. And that's...
It's like... I wish more of our relationships were like some of our old favorite TV sitcom shows. Because honestly, heaven to God, I want some of my relationships to be like more like them. Honestly.
Okay, basically you just want your relationships to be like characters from The Office.
Always The Office, especially. Everyone's going to think I'm going to say Michael and Haley. No, they are not the best TV couple on The Office. It is Phyllis Vance and Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration. They are fucking goals all day.
See, I've watched The Office. I don't know The Office like you do, though. I haven't watched it all the way through. I get it. You're wearing your Dunder Mifflin
I think I wore it last time, too.
You wore it last time.
I love this fucking shirt.
You wore it last time.
I have other shirts, I promise.
Are you sure?
I mean, maybe.
You bought a shirt that says, "Let's sacrifice Toby," because you thought Michael would like that shirt.
I posted it on Instagram. I literally thought that would be perfect office attire. I also have a shirt that has, like, a bee on it, and then it says happy underneath it. Be happy.
I thought it was more of a happy.
No, just be happy. But I feel like, TV show sitcom people
that's
ruined us in relationships almost.
We have romanticized the idea of that TV or movie relationship, but I don't see, like, what, I don't think it's bad to romanticize them. I think it's something that we can look forward to, but we can't, expect the same results.
No.
You know what I mean? We can't expect to be Linda and Bob Belcher.
Who have the perfect goddamn relationship in the whole entire world.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, I want that someday. I want to be able to sit on my couch with a poorly made dragon costume, eating other kids' candy, and watching TV. I want that.
That's all you want in life.
That's all I want in life.
I really like, so one of my favorite TV couples of all time is, I don't know if anyone knows the show Scrubs. Fucking love it.
Okay, everybody knows Scrubs.
You'd be surprised, there's some weirdos out there.
Are there weirdos out there that don't know Scrubs?
Yes.
Because I would be naturally concerned for their well-being.
I am concerned, trust me. People in our generation scare me. But no, it's Turk and Carla.
Okay, you're not wrong. Bless.
Turk and Carla.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the reason why I like them so much is because, they jumped, obviously, they had they were always a relationship. For the most part, except for, the first season when they met each other and all that bullshit.
Oh, they were boning in the break room.
Oh, they were always boning. But I liked how, their relationship had its ups and downs, and I love seeing that in actual TV shows. As much as it is so nice to see Bob and Linda have the best relationship, or even, who was the other one I was thinking of earlier? Andy and April. From Parks and Rec.
Okay. Now, that's, the example of, the perfect opposites attract.
A sunshiny person falls in love with a saddy sack.
A giant fucking sad sack. But, okay, April's not necessarily a sad sack. She actually, really did enjoy a lot of things.
She does, and she's very loving, but, her attitude, nature.
She just has, it's like that fucking meme from when they did, April and Andy had their Halloween party.
Yeah.
And she's like, someone will die. Andy's like, fun. And, the bottom caption of it was, what it's like for a dog and a cat to be married.
That's exactly. That's exactly.
And you know what? And, opposites do attract. I've seen, who's another weird opposites attract kind of couple?
Peg and Al Bundy from Married with Children.
You know what? You're not wrong about that.
They're so opposite. I don't know. But their TV chemistry works so fucking well. Because she's just...
She's Peggy.
She's Peggy. And then Al is Al. And I relate to Al on so many weird different levels because I get it.
Those two fight so much, but man, they are just... They're good together.
You know what? And that's what I mean about banter with some relationships. Some of these people who banter and do, some of the stupidest shit... who don't seem like they fit sometimes, fit so well together. Again, I'm going to bring up Scrubs, Dr. Cox and Jordan.
Okay,
they're beautiful together.
When she was, when Jordan was pregnant with their second child, and they ended up having to do, surgery in utero for, for the baby. And
that's also when we lost, when the second baby was born, we lost that one. I forget her name, the one black nurse. Laverne, yeah, when we lost Laverne.
Yeah, that was sad. But...
Still cry over it.
Yes, always.
Laverne.
But she was laying in bed. She was on bed rest. And Dr. Cox comes in, and he was going off a list of things that he did, and Jordan gave him another list of shit to do, and he's like, but when am I gonna find time to kill myself? And I'm like, okay, can relate. Thank you.
Fucking relate to Dr. Cox all the time. His little stories and rambles is what makes that show.
Exactly. But the best thing is, Jordan's just like, you'll figure it out.
And or she'll even suggest something like, oh, I left the kitchen knife in my purse. It's right there for you.
Or they're opposites. I mean, they're very much alike.
Those are two people who are very much alike.
They're very much alike, but at the same time, they're
a happily divorced couple.
They are such a happily divorced couple. The fact that their divorce actually was never finalized, and they, when they found out that their divorce was not finalized, they about lost their shit in the
Their relationship was almost dissipated.
Yeah, because of one small blip on their paperwork.
They were married.
Because they were married.
And getting divorced just brought them together. I think that's so beautiful.
They had a divorce, instead of a wedding, they had a divorce party.
Out in a park. Which I find so beautiful.
Yeah, they're so in love, but they're divorced. And
See, that's what's going to happen with me when I'm older. I am not going to find someone who I love until I'm older. And marriage is just something that's just a novelty at this point.
Is marriage just a novelty?
It really is. If I ever get married, it's because of insurance.
You know what? You do you, boo. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Well, no. But, no, it's... No, speaking of older, it's like... Have you ever, like, really thought about, like, Hollywood couples? Or anything like that? Like...
All the time!
Like,
I mean, hello, my favorite couple is Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth.
Okay, they're beautiful.
I just like that she went, like, on her own, like, sidetrack of life. Like, she was on drugs, she was fucking all these multiple dudes and girls, and she still was able to go back to Liam without any worries. I was like, that's beautiful.
You know what? I had a dream one time that, you know, it was, like, in the middle of a massive fucking snowstorm, and I had a hard-on for the Hemsworth boys.
All day long.
All night long. All night.
All night long.
But I was just like, now if only Liam Hemsworth could come, you know, bursting through my door in this snowstorm, like his limo broke down in front of my house and shit, I would just die happy. And then I find out that he's with Miley Cyrus. And
it's a punch in the gut a little bit.
It was a little punch in the gut, because let's be real, there's fantasizing about, you know, dating celebrities. It's always just a little pipe dream that happens.
It always is. But, like, you know, I can name off couples who are, like, the same age, but it's always the couples that always have years difference. And you're in a relationship. You two have, how many years?
Yeah, no, like, Travis and I are 16 years apart.
16, okay, I was thinking age.
I'm 26, well, I'm gonna be 26 next month, but he's 42.
That's right, next month is birthday month for us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're both August babies. How did I forget that?
I don't know how. I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, that's right, my birthday's next month too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite one, and you know what? This one surprises me the most that I love so much, and I didn't know about it until I looked it up, and that was Arlene Silver and Dick Van Dyke.
I love Dick Van Dyke so much.
I would marry Dick Van Dyke right now too. He's like in his 90s, like 94, 93 or something like that.
Have you seen the video of him fucking dancing to Step in Time?
Yeah! Oh my god, he's amazing! We know this man, okay, he's in his 90s. He is married to a woman or with a woman who is 47. There's 46 years between them.
Oh, it's incredible.
And I think that's beautiful. Like,
oh my, I think we honestly need to talk more about how, you know, our more newish Hollywood darling, Jason Momoa.
Oh, and Lisa Bonet.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're beautiful. And I love hearing the stories about how he fell in love with her on TV.
Yeah, like he was a kid watching The Cosby Show, and he told his mom, I want that one.
And guess what? He got her.
He got her. They met through mutual friends, and they bonded over beer.
Which I feel like is beautiful. If he could bond over something so basic like beer.
Like Guinness.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, that's not really basic, but something
Bud
over
Light's
beer.
basic.
That's very basic.
That is basic piss
that's
beer.
That's like,
You know, I know Bush is piss beer.
All of it's piss beer. I don't like beer.
I actually am really getting more. And now that I'm here in, like, Michigan, and, like, especially West Michigan, like, Grand Rapids, where we have, like, a lot of breweries, I'm starting to really enjoy the brewery life.
I guess I can't do it.
I'm a drinker.
I like my wine. I
love wine.
I like my whiskeys. I like the
If Fen Valley ever wants to sponsor us, I'm all for it, because you guys make wonderful wines. I will drink it all day, Fen Valley.
Leland Cellars. But I don't...
Follow us on Patreon.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not a drinker anymore, so it doesn't bother me. But, like, you know, they bonded over... He's like, she liked Guinness, I like Guinness. Yeah.
Guys are so easy to please. They really are.
They really, really are. Who else?
The newest... Okay, another new one. Was Priya and Nick Jonas. I didn't realize there was 11 years difference between them.
Okay, like, I mean, that's not horrible.
No, it's not, but, you know, she's the older one, and I'm not saying, like, it's weird that she's the older one, but I didn't realize, and when I heard that, because she looks so young, she's fucking beautiful For being like, what is she, gotta be like 35, 36 or something like that?
I actually don't know how old she is.
I'm trying off Nick Jonas, who I think is like 26 or 27 right now. So
no, actually, Nick Jonas.
I was like more like my age.
Okay, you know what? I was thinking, no, Nick Jonas is actually like maybe like a year or two older than me.
Okay, so he's like 27.
28. 27, 28. Look it up. We have Google. We have Google literally at our hands.
It's on my phone 24/7.
But you know, Aaron Taylor Johnson and his wife.
Dude, when I heard about them being a couple, I was just like, I'm sad that Aaron Taylor Johnson's off the market because he is such a
he's a doll.
He is,
and he's a totally underrated actor too. But like the beautiful thing is that they met, you know, on the set of one of his movies.
Nowhere Boy.
Yeah, she was directing the movie, and they fell in love. They had kids together, and she is the older one. And
he was 18 and she was 42 when they met.
There's, like, if you were, you know, if you meet someone, if you're, let's say you're, my situation here, you know, I met
he's 26, by the way. Oh. He'll be 27 this year.
Oh, okay, so he's my age. Like, like, Travis is 42. And I adore him to pieces. And, like, we have a lot of similar things in, now, granted, it doesn't bother us about the age. She's 36?
She's 36. So he's turning, so it makes sense. They're 11 years.
But, like, Travis and I, we have a 16-year age difference between us. And, like, we just connect. And in this time, like, you know, in the time where we have phones literally in our faces.
I can find at least 3 men in the next 10 minutes. I'm actually going to time this right now. I'm looking at the time right now, 12:12. Okay. I bet I can get 3 men to decide to agree to meet up with me. That's how easy it is to get them nowadays.
Yep. Sure is, bud. And it's hard to make that connection with anybody.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah. But like, if you meet someone that is older than you, like if you are an adult, making that clear, an adult, and you meet someone older, significantly older than you, and you guys just click, that's okay because you guys are mature adults making that adult decision to be with each other. And, you know, in any relationship in general, you should just be able to, like, why am I blanking?
Because adult relationships also are very complicated and hard.
Yeah, and, well...
That's why most of them fail.
Yeah. It's just, you know, communication, not, what's a good one? You know, honestly, sexual chemistry needs to be brought up in this.
You know what? 100%. I will not seriously date anyone unless I've had sex with them and I enjoy the sex. I've been in a relationship where the guy's attitude was okay-ish and his sex life was shitty. And I stayed with him because the relationship was okay-ish. I'm never settling for that again.
No, don't fucking settle. Like,
he was a tiny penis, too.
Oh.
He was...
Oh.
I'm sticking... If anyone is curious what I'm doing, why she's going, oh, I'm literally just thumbs up. That's how big he was.
I dated a guy one time who, you know, his sex was just him thrusting his pelvic bones into my freaking...
Okay, what? My least favorite thing that most guys do, and I will never date a guy or even go on a second date with him if he does this. If he's, like, fingering me, there's the cute, like, little, you know, like, tickle that most guys do. It's the jackhammering that I cannot get fucking over.
I don't think I've been jackhammered.
I've been jackhammered at least by 3 different guys, and I don't know where they're getting it. Girls, if
don't
you have a
settle for jackhammering.
Don't settle for jackhammering. If you ever get a guy who's doing jackhammering to you, either cut that out of his system right now, break that bad habit, get out of it, just smack him a few times, or just get rid of it altogether if it's not worth it.
Just show him what you want.
Show him. I wish more girls were more open about the sexuality, and I feel like us, as we get older, we know it more, and older men know our bodies better than we do. I was in only a few older relationships, nothing ever substantial. My biggest one is about a 15-year difference. I was 20, he was 35.
Yeah, that's fine.
It wasn't bad. I mean, for a 20-year-old, it's a little, especially like for a serious relationship right off the bat. But he was handsome AF, and he was fit AF.
A friend of mine, weirdly enough, they were exactly 9 years apart, and they dated for 3 years. She was think she was 18 or 19, and he was 30, 31. Either way, they dated forever. And they even, like, had a house together and everything. They just clicked. Like,
and this, you know what, and girls, we do mature a lot faster and more than guys, especially in the real world. But I know one day, this is going to be me. I already see my future. I'm going to be that 42-year-old that's getting with an 18-year-old.
You know what? Don't settle for less, though.
I'm not going to settle, but I already know that's going to be my future. Like, hopefully, that's not my future. But I can already see it happening. Like, that's probably going to be me.
I'm pretty happy with what I have right now.
I don't know what I have right now. I mean, I have a guy who's changes his hair color more than the horses from The Wizard of Oz.
You know, do you not remember me in high school?
I know, but like, it's...
I'm just saying, it's just...
You used to dye your hair, yeah? I mean, I used to dye my hair too.
Yeah, you did too.
And I cut it weird, but when you're like a 26-year-old male and you're dyeing it pink and red and purple and wearing like this really weird like death metal look with like a baby face that should belong on a serial killer, it doesn't fit well. I'm not trying to be a fashion expert on this guy, but like I'm gonna talk about this guy for maybe an episode or two, and I'm gonna forget about him, and then we're gonna talk about someone new. I guarantee it.
I just no, if he's properly maintaining the hair, I'm like, you know, whatever. But at the same time, I'm like,
I'm not judging him off his hair.
No.
We're still trying to learn our sexual compatibility. He seems a little weird for me. But at the same time, I'm weird. I mean, come on.
It's you.
It's me.
It's you.
I hold my breath whenever I go by a graveyard because I'm afraid of spirits coming into my body. Kind of weird.
Yeah, you know what? I feel that on a very personal level, though.
I always, whenever I go past a graveyard,
I just kind of like, I'm not like.
Oh, I do that.
I could, like, pardonnez-moi.
And we're a little tired because
it's, 12 o'clock in the morning. But I realize my breathing just kind of, it doesn't, I don't hold it, but I'm just not.
You're not intaking.
Breathing.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like, we all have our weird things, and that's why I'm trying to get over this guy, and I probably should be less picky, because apparently I'm picky around here. Because I don't want to date a baby daddy. I have no kids.
And, you know what, I think it's, it's okay to be, a little picky and figure out what you want from a relationship.
Especially when there's a kid involved. Like, I feel really bad when kids are involved. I'm not a kid person like that.
Yeah, like, that's okay.
I'm gonna
totally okay to not want to be with someone with a kid, but if you're gonna at least gonna try, don't
try to fuck up the kid.
Not necessarily fuck up the kid. Don't purposely push yourself away from the kid.
No, and I would never do that.
Yeah.
I would actually hang out with the kid, but my version of hanging out with the kid is making it bark instead of talk to its parents. So every time they asked a question, it would just bark, and I would just enjoy my life. Baby mama gonna hate me.
Like, if you were gonna date, a single dad or a single mom.
I go both ways. I don't care.
You say if you're gonna date either of them, maybe you'd be better off if it were the possibility, date someone with older kids.
Older kids, and I agree with that. And I was thinking I do. But, back on the girls, like, as much as I want to date a girl around here, girls around here are fucking crazier than they were in Chicago. Like, we were talking batshit fucking crazy. I don't think I'll ever date a girl around here, ever. Not saying that's not a possibility, but I'm pretty closed off to it right now.
I just kind of stay at home.
I don't go out very much anymore.
I don't go out. Like, I do go out every once in a while, but it's nothing. I met my boyfriend at work.
I know this guy from high school. Like, I get it. Like, I'm digging deep through the trenches here.
I met my boyfriend at work. My friends I work with, I'm at work, or I'm at home, or I'm doing stuff, for Steven, or going, for the house, or running errands for my family, or anything like that.
Just normal, every day. You're not actually going out. And that's, I wish I was going out a lot more, but I kind of like saving the money. I spend all my money on weed instead. I love being, every time I'm on here, I will say I love being a stoner.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day. Don't have that up and ready, but whatever, guys.
Yeah.
You get the concept.
You can edit it in later, no big deal.
I don't think I'm gonna that was kind of annoying for me to edit. You guys know what I mean when I say smoke weed every day.
I know, but it's just so much fun.
It really is.
It's so campy.
I forgot how actually
I love it.
It's been a minute since I edited video or audio, and when I was doing it for like our first episode, I was like, wait, this is so easy. It's coming back to me like so fast. I missed it. I really did.
Do you ever think about like, you know what? Just this whole relationship conversation, dude. Our relationships, they always end like the ones that are not good. Like the ones that end. You got some crazy stories with them.
Oh, I got some of the weirdest, craziest stories from Chicago.
Oh my god. Just in 8th grade, one of the. Okay, first off, I'm going to mention the fact that in middle school, puberty hit me like a brick train.
God,
and it was not good at all whatsoever. Every single boy that came near me, I thought was in love with me. And I had the biggest crush on them. Like, I apologize, by the way, to literally every guy I ever had a crush on for being as embarrassing as I was.
Oh my god, I have a really
I'm still embarrassing. What am I talking about?
You want to hear the most embarrassing middle school dating story ever?
Yes, I do.
I was really interested in this one guy's name. God, I want to say his name, but I won't. We're gonna call him the Weird Blonde, because that's how I remember him right now. He was one of the most popular guys in school. It was middle school. I had a crush on him. So my friends come up with this brilliant idea to go up to him and ask him out for me. And for a whole day in school, I thought I was dating this boy who I never even said 2 words to. That's how fucking awkward I was.
Oh, are you...
Yeah, that's like the end of this. Like, his girlfriend actually came up to me and said, you're not dating him. Like, your friends are playing a prank on you, and that's when I got new friends.
Jerks. No, in 6th grade, first school dance was coming up. I thought, and I had romanticized the idea of bringing a date to the dance.
We all do it. We're in 6th grade.
6th grade. We're 11.
Our hormones are going crazy.
Puberty was not good to us.
Finding out about what lady boners were was weird.
Oh, sirens, fun. No, like, in 6th grade, small town Michigan, everybody was extremely homophobic. Like,
still.
So, being called a lesbian was an insult.
I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then, everybody kind of grew up, and there's still homophobic assholes that we graduated with, for fuck's sake. But, either way,
they don't matter in this podcast, bitch.
Not in this podcast. We're all hella gay. But it was first dance. I was so excited about it, but I felt that I needed a date. So I asked any guy that came near me. Are you gonna dance with me? Are you gonna dance with me? Well, one of the popular kids in school, I sat next to him in a science class. I had a crush on him too. Who did I not have a crush on?
We were 11 years old. We had a crush on everybody.
Everything
is cute.
No, it was awful. And I had my own, I cut my own hair at that time, so.
Oh god, those days.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it would be, fit better under a swim cap, and that's why I cut it, and it just made me look like my brother, and that was just a nightmare. And so he actually offered to find me a date for the dance.
Oh.
But he couldn't find a single person because, it was a fucking prank. But I didn't know that. I was completely oblivious because...
We're all dumb as shit.
Yeah, we're 11.
The people who made fun of us in high school, you now have 3 baby mamas and work in a factory right now. So guess what? Suck it.
So.
That's true, though. For the most part.
For the most part. I'm actually pretty proud of a lot of my class for succeeding as well. But, a lot of the douchebags that were fucking douchebags.
No, proud of the people who, got over their,
yeah.
They moved on, they stopped being bullies, they went on the positive light path. I am all for you, honey. I will throw positive light in your way, but if you were still a jackass and you were living that life, I'm so happy.
You are still a jackass. But said, person trying to find me a date, end quote, he fucking, day of dance, asked him.
Bad idea.
He said yes.
Oh no.
That night at the dance, and I told my dad about it. My cousin helped me get ready for it. He's like, "You have a date," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 11 and I have hormones."
I'm finding out what these things do.
So, and I get there and I'm waiting and I'm like looking for him, and him and his group of friends. He's like, "Actually, I'm not going with you anymore."
At the dance?
At the dance, and I spent the whole night crying.
Who wouldn't?
And, and then, but 8th grade. I didn't cut my own hair in 8th grade.
So you looked semi-normal.
No, I didn't.
No, we never do.
No, I was just, had that, baby pudge going on.
Aw, baby pudge.
5'3", 141 pounds at the time. Just baby pudge. Still pudgy.
I can't believe high school fat is, like, super skinny for me now.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, 141 pounds is perfectly fine for my body type right now.
Same here.
But 141 pounds as a middle schooler?
You're cute.
I was a pudgy little baby.
Who doesn't like a pudgy kid, though? I mean, those are some of the best. You give them extra ice, like you want ice cream, and their face lights up. You're like, yeah, I got you now, bitch.
But it wasn't even that. I was just pudgy. So, like, middle school, I had, first couple of relationships where someone actually thought I was attracted. And, like, it was just before homecoming. Yes. The 9th grade home. It was a 9th grader that liked me. And he was just a pile of garbage, man.
Most boys at that age are. They're really garbage.
Oh, yeah, no. I would call him, and he would purposely, take another phone call and leave me on the other line. And I was dumb, guys. I was real dumb. I waited on the line forever.
Oh, my God.
I would try and call him all the time because I'm like, I want to see him. And it was attention. I just, I wanted their attention from them. Right. And, which is, key to anything. And I thought he just loved me. But in reality, he was also holding hands with another friend of mine that I was really close with. And once again, he would hang up on me all the time saying his phone didn't work, or he had to take a phone, answer that phone call and then just leave me there, so I'd hang up and call him back. Haley was great.
I didn't date a lot in high school and middle school because I was that stupid little Christian girl. Like I said, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20, so sex was not on my mind or nowhere close. I didn't really get close with anybody in high school. I did almost once when I was 16, and it's still my favorite goddamn story to this day. Now, I can't use our fake name for him because that's his real name. We're going to call him Bobby, though, because it's just as bad as his real name. He actually had a crush on my best friend. And he only dated me to get close to her, but then we just got close, and, it was just mainly sexual attention between two 16-year-olds. Because that's all there is. It's just sexual attention. I almost lost my virginity to this dude. Told everyone in school that he did lose his virginity to me. But, bitch, you did not, Bobby. Bitch, you liar. Ugh.
Who are you fooling, Bobby?
But you know what? Joke's on him, because years later, I have now this story. It is the best story in the whole entire goddamn world. And it's not the reason why we broke up. But it did lead to it, because he came over to my house, and right behind my house...
right behind your house?
So right behind my house, I have state land right behind my house. And, we decided to go for a walk in the backyard, and, we're walking back there. We start talking, and, we finally, start making out, because that's what two 16-year-old dudes are going to do in the middle of nowhere on state land in the middle of a forest, basically. He started getting a little more freakier, he took out his penis. I'm 16 years old, never seen one, so I'm like, oh no, and then he jacks himself off. And then he wipes himself off on a leaf. We're not thinking anything of this for a few days until I get a text from him saying, I got poison ivy on my dick. At 16 years old, I did not know how to process my boyfriend telling me he got poison ivy on his dick. I thought I had an STD or something. I thought I literally had...
You know, after I graduated high school, when I went on a college visit before graduation and everything, and I met this guy up there, and we went to, we ended up keeping, getting each other's numbers because we thought we were really, each other were really cool. Well, we went to orientation together. We planned it that way so that we could, actually see each other after not seeing each other in months, but we were talking to each other every single day. And, he was in a relationship when I met him. And after orientation, he broke up with said lady because we had such an undeniable connection. And, honestly, if I could turn back time, I would want to meet her before I even thought about dating him because I love his ex. She's one of my friends. I absolutely adore her. But, so we started dating. And he lived on the other side of the state. He lived by Detroit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
We on the other side. We by Grand Rapids, bitch.
Yeah, but I was living in Nashville.
Oh, at the time. Okay.
So I was about 20 minutes from Charlotte. I was,
You were even farther, yeah.
Yeah, about 40 minutes total from Lansing. So I was closer, actually, to him. But it was still...
When you're kids, yeah.
Yeah, when we're, 17, 18, and I didn't drive at the time. And, he had the license. He came to me. And we, our relationship was him coming out every once in a while, or, the fact that we drove up to, we both had orientation together. He came out for my birthday. But and that was just before we went up for school. And he was texting me one day, and we had established a relationship already. And we had boned. It was a good time. And I get that text message from him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just in the woods. Well, what he told me originally was he had to pee or something, or he was drunk and had to pee, and he ended up falling over and he landed in poison ivy, and he got it head to toe. Got it in his eyes. He got it on his feet. He got it on his wiener.
I love it.
Well, you know what actually happened?
Uh-oh.
He was hooking up with a friend of his in the woods. Drunk.
That's how you get poison ivy on your dick.
On your wiener.
Oh, God. You know what? There's some ex-boyfriends out there that I wish I could put poison ivy on their dick. Because honestly, 16-year-old Bobby did not deserve it.
No.
I actually would give him another chance. If he's a single dad, then probably not. Don't get me wrong. Not really into the idea of kids right now.
Avoid the actual daddies.
Avoid the actual daddies. Oh, my God, but daddies.
Look for daddies, but not actual daddies.
There's
not in your scenario.
In my scenario, yes. I have a really huge lady boner, and it's so embarrassing to say it, because people look at me funny, is I love salt and pepper haired men. It is the sexiest goddamn thing, especially when they got enough, more gray than anything else, and you're just like...
And see, that's where I'm embarrassed to tell you that my boyfriend has a gray beard.
I've seen it. I think it's hot as shit.
Oh, he's so beautiful. But he, and that's actually one of my favorite things about him, is the fact that, he's got that salt and pepper beard.
God, the daddy look is such a real fucking look. I want that so hardcore.
Oh my God.
I want somebody who's got salt and pepper hair that I can just, go through it and just be season my life, bitch.
Just spice it up real nice with the salt and pepper hair.
Because that's all the seasonings we use.
My boyfriend's a chef.
That's true, you got that chef thing going on.
No, my boyfriend can cook. My boyfriend's really good at cooking.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really good. He's a fantastic cook, and
God, I'm a little jealous. I'm not a cook. I'm trying to get more cooking, because there was a while there I was actually really good, because I was vegan for a year. Trying to cook for a vegan is fucking hard. You're either just eating rice all day, or you're eating pasta. Those are the only two things. It's rice or pasta.
Did I ever tell you the story about the 90-year-old vegan?
No.
Well, working in a restaurant. You meet some characters, right?
Yup.
Well, we were going through a special, and it was the first, the restaurant had only been open for a short amount of time. And, well, we have 3 soups in one of our stations, and We had minestrone, we had jalapeno corn chowder, we had chicken and harvested wild rice.
Okay.
And all of the jalapeno corn chowder was to die for.
I'm really jealous.
So, and I was trying to recommend it to this old lady, because this lady had come up, and you couldn't understand her. She was like, "Isn't that?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't."
So basically, her talk was a whisper.
It was very soft.
Oh.
It was very soft.
I don't have a soft voice
whoever
problem.
she was with, like, she comes up, it's like, "Does the minestrone have meat in it?" I'm like, "The minestrone
usually it does.
Generally does." So actually, I don't think ours did. It had beef stock in it.
Which is still...
Yeah, either way. And I was like, well, if you're looking for, a meatless option, we do have a jalapeno corn chowder. She just goes, "There's milk in it." I'm like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. We were very busy. It is very loud in there." "That has milk in it. Moo."
Moo!
I had a 90-year-old woman...
She just mooed at you?
Moo at me. And I was like, it
oh my
just
God.
came out of my
That's
mouth.
My future at 90.
Yeah, it just came out of my mouth. It came out. I couldn't stop myself. I was like, "You're a vegan." And not one of, I give mad props to vegans. Good for you for living a better and healthier lifestyle. It's hard. It's very hard.
I'm a vegetarian now.
Yeah, but the vegans that shove it down your throats ruin it for the rest of you guys, and I'm sorry.
I feel like it turns, that's why it took me so long to become vegan and vegetarian, because...
And that's why vegans get made fun of.
Because they're so pushy. Don't get me wrong. Be like, okay, just learn how to brush it off. Learn how to take a goddamn joke. If someone's going to say, "Oh, but what about bacon?" Let them say what about bacon and let them get a fucking heart attack, guys. Who fucking cares? It's not you eating the pig.
Yeah, but let me tell you about this 90-year-old woman, okay? After she mooed at me.
I can't get over that she mooed at you.
She mooed at me. And,
God, that's beautiful.
Slip out, "You're a vegan." She's like, "Well, yeah, how do you live to be 90 years old? Unless you,
Great sex. I feel like that's going to be my reason.
That's it. We solved the answer to society.
Great sex. Yep. So men, bulk up.
Mm-hmm.
And women.
But and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm just going to have to become a vegan now." And then she proceeded to, this is where I fucking just was like, "Okay, bye." I literally walked away from her, besides the fact that we were busy and I needed to, do my job and not argue with a vegan. She proceeded to tell me that cow's milk causes type 1 diabetes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm making a face right now. I wish I can show this to you listeners, but I'm making a face. Because it doesn't make that, no, milk has no correlation to type 1 diabetes.
No, it's just, no.
Now there's piss, shit, and blood in it, yeah. Does it cause diabetes? No. If you want to be a vegan, at least get your facts straight. Jesus Christ, I hate old people sometimes too.
Especially 90-year-old vegan. She came back into the restaurant a couple months ago, and I about lost my mind.
You had to get the fuck away from her.
I was like, well, she came back up to ask about the soups to my coworker.
Oh.
And I was like, and she's like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't quite hear you." And I was like, I turned my head.
Moo!
Like, what did she ask?
She's like,
"Is there any meat or dairy?" I'm like,
"It's the heifer."
I'm like, "Oh my God, no." I ran out of the salad bar, like, hands in my, I'm like, "She's back. Elton John, the bitch is back."
That's beautiful.
But, okay, how did we get on the subject of vegans?
I don't know, I was bringing up my vegan, because we were talking about cooking, and you just kind of took over the conversation again.
I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I enjoy it.
You becoming vegan just made me remember to tell you the story about being a vegan.
And that's kind of the point of this podcast. We're going to get off topic a lot. Because this topic, today's show is about relationships, and we just talked about veganism for, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes.
But you know what? That's something else. I kind of want somebody who's going to be okay with my lifestyle if I ever date somebody.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of carnivores out here, and that's cool, whatever, but, I hope you're cool with getting down with my vegan meats and such, and having some meatless tacos.
Honestly though, I live for black bean burgers.
They're so fucking good.
They are.
You know what's even... Oh, no. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever heard of the brand called Guardian.
No.
But they make this great... Or even Beyond Beef. Beyond Beef also makes it, but they're a little more expensive. They make ground beef, groundless beef. And it's so good. And it looks exactly like it. And it tastes exactly like it. You know, my stepdad has tried it. And he's like 100% carnivore. He thinks being vegan and vegetarian is stupid. He tried it. He's like, this tastes a lot better. And I told him, I was like, it has more protein in it. And it fills you up a lot faster. There's less calories. And he's looking at me like, so you're basically just magically made bean meat? And I was like, that's what it is.
You've been to Stella's. You know,
Stella's.
the bar downtown Grand Rapids?
No, I have not.
Well, there's a bar called Stella's Grand Rapids.
Guess what I'm going to go this week?
Yeah, guess where that's where you're going. They have a hippie burger. That is to fucking die for. And it's huge. It is a huge burger.
Hippiness is my life. If I had to, like, put down my personality, it's hippie.
Yeah. Well, it's called the hippie burger. When you go there,
I'm turned on.
Yes, it's, and, you know, I have other vegetarian friends.
It's really more popular and I love it.
Well, they both ordered the hippie burger. I didn't have enough money on me to order food. I was there to just, you know, sneak sips off their alcoholic beverages because that was me at the time.
That's
and
powerless.
so they both ordered one. They cut theirs in half because they're huge. They both cut theirs in half and put it on a plate for me, and I ate the whole thing. And I'm like, I'll still eat, you know, beef patties.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go out to eat, I'm gonna order a black bean burger. Or
they're so fucking good.
They're so good. Okay. Well, you know, okay, so at the beginning of the show, like before we even started recording, we had talked about sharing some breakup stories and that.
We posted on social media and we asked you, our listeners, to send us in some, you know, heartbreak stories. And I actually have some really good ones.
She has some great ones, and I thought she was going to be sharing them a little bit earlier, but
we kept, but I do want to talk about one of my favorite breakup stories because I feel like it's a lesson that I want ladies to start taking to heart because it's a real fucking story. So I met this guy off POF, and I kind of lowered my standards at that point because I was like really sad and depressed. It's like every guy I dated. I just got over like a big relationship with a guy named Kyle and a man bun. Like I can only call him Kyle. I've dated enough Kyles where he's not noticeable with man buns. But I just got out of a relationship.
Did he drink Monster? Did he wear a motocross shirt?
No, not motocross shirts, but he did wear the same red flannel shirt every day. The same one.
With their holes in the wall?
A few. So yeah, I actually dated like the typical Kyle. He did drink Monsters too. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Anyway, so I just got in a relationship with Kyle. I was heartbroken, so I lowered my standards.
You lowered your sandals? Were you carrying them?
Yeah, they were gladiators, and I went straight to flip-flops. That's how my standards dropped. From gladiators to flip-flops. And so I was like, okay, I started dating, so I started talking to this guy. Now, he was a year younger than me, and, you know, no education, and I usually like having a guy with, like, some education, not just high school, because I have some education, so I like a guy who's, even if it's just trade school. But I lowered, I was like, if he just has a high school degree, whatever, I'll date him. He's got a job, whatever. He was a cook in a bar, like, no judging, whatever. Like, I've done that job before, too. But, you know, I'm just like, okay, lower my standards. I want to try to aim for high, but I'll aim for something more reachable. We went on 3 dates, all in a row. So, like, our first date was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, we just kept going on dates, and no red flags were brought up. Like, I ignored the living shit out of these red flags. They were everywhere. I ignored them. I was so innocent and naive. I was 22. That's not too long ago, but still, enough has happened that, you know, I've now learned my lesson. He lived in this huge house with a bunch of other roommates, and I'm just thinking, okay, it's just Chicago, like, that's what you do, like, you get a big house, you pay $200 worth of rent, and you get, like, your own space in the corner of the house. Which makes complete sense. So, like, him having, like, all these other roommates didn't click for me. And he always kept on talking about how the landlord would come by and check up on them. That's weird, a landlord would come by every day to check up on you guys, like, that's just weird. You know, he's talking about curfews and such, and I'm like, okay, this is even fucking weirder. You're getting really close, and now you're intent on knowing what the fuck was going on. So, like, and I always have the drug talk with boys, or a girl, whenever I start dating. I thought we were very open. I was like, all I've done is weed at this point, and that's all I kind of want to do. He said he was the same thing. It didn't start clicking in my head, after the third date when he was fucking me, that it hit me that I was fucking a guy in a halfway house. Because he had a heroin problem. Because I noticed the lines on his fucking arms. And putting two and two together about a landlord that comes by every day, there is a curfew, and he's got a bunch of other dead-end loser roommates in the huge, cracked-looking house. And that's when I found out I was fucking a ex-heroin guy in a halfway house. I ran out of that bitch so goddamn fast. So damn fast I ran out of there. And it didn't end there. That's the sad thing. It did not end. We only had 3 dates and we fucked on the 3rd. And that was it.
You held back.
I did. I was a very good kid.
I
was an angel on this date, okay? And after I found out and I told him, I was like, you know what, after I kind of put 2 and 2 together and I got it out of him, he's like, yeah, I used to do heroin. You know, I'm recovering. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I don't want that in my life, though. I would not have started this if I knew that was there.
Oh, my God.
So, but no, that's not that's not
but,
even...
like, did he even, like...
No, he didn't apologize for anything.
Like...
No, he snapped. He did that weird crazy guy snap. He's like, well, you're just a fat cow and all this bullshit. I never should have put my dick in you, but I probably have STDs now. No, you don't, dude. I get myself checked out at least 3 times a year. This is on you at this point. But no, it got worse. Like, I ignored him. I was like, I don't want anything to do with you. I just want to, like, drop it and leave it. But that's how I want to do it. Drop it and leave it. I just want to move on. Fuck it. Off to the next dude. But he wouldn't leave me. He kept texting me. And it got weird. He never had my address or anything.
He found your address?
He found, because he had a friend or something that, you know, works for the CSI or whatever this fucking excuse was. He was sending me, like, all of my contact information and everything, and it was scaring me. He was like, I'm going to come to your house and try to kill you. I'm like, yeah, good fucking luck with that.
That's terrifying.
No, that's where it starts getting terrifying. I was living with my dad at the time in an apartment, and he went off to Wisconsin to go do, like, a men's vacation with, like, his friends, and so I was home alone.
Sheboygan.
But anyways,
am I wrong?
You're not wrong, actually. But no, so I hate that you can guess that. Fuck you. But no, it's scary. So the night that my dad leaves, I get a call. He's like, yeah, we just made it. It's like, you know, he's hours away at this point. All of a sudden, I'm getting, like, little things thrown at my sliding glass door because it's in front of the building. And so I open it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's standing right there, wide-eyed.
Wide-eyed?
Wide-eyed. He is... You can tell his eyes are bloodshot. He's just recently did heroin or something. He's got a knife in his hand. And he is slashing it at my fucking balcony. I'm on the 2nd floor, so he can't climb up or get to me or anything. But, like, when you're 22 years old and you're home alone, you don't know what the fuck is going on, you freak the fuck out. I had to get the cops involved. And, like, my dad had to drive all the way back. And then, you know, hearing my dad say, I'll go into jail and join jail with you. And, you know, I'll fuck you up really good. It's like, Dad, I don't need to hear you about, you know, this kind of stuff. But it was so fucking messed up.
No.
And that was like my worst breakup. I don't get why there's some guys out there who can't just let girls just, like, drop it and move on. Drop it and move on. You don't need to call us fat and come after us with a fucking knife. Just leave us the fuck alone. That is probably, like, my worst, craziest, because I almost had to get a restraining order on this guy, because he kept coming over to my house and threatening me.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And when he's all heroined out.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, when you said that, you know, craziest breakup stories, I thought these were just gonna be funny.
This one's kind of, but it's actually kind of
funny. My God.
That's a real one. No.
Like, I was gonna share mine, you know?
I want you to share yours, because I got a really funny one,
because mine is so innocent.
That one's not innocent, but this one's also for you girls out there. Like, you gotta be careful who the fuck you meet.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, be careful. This is why dating on the internet, in an internet age, sucks. Mine is so innocent, but, like, 8th grade, you know?
Back to the 8th
Back to middle school.
Those weird old days.
I had a crush on a kid who was a junior.
Ooh, so you were 8th, he was junior. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why it's creepy, like a little bit weird.
Because you're like 14, he's like 17.
I was 13.
You were 13, he's 17 or 16, yeah.
He was 17.
Yes.
Almost 18. Like, I think his birthday was approaching.
Ugh.
And, you know, we were kids. Like he was older, but...
Daddy?
No.
Not yet, but, like,
no,
we're learning it.
Still, no.
It's still no oof.
Yeah, big oof. Well, first time I ever saw him, brothers wrestling meet.
Okay.
And
your brother was in wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Hot. Just hot.
I hate you. Your spare parts.
I just have a bucket of broken spare parts. I want that as a shirt now.
But, so, first time I saw him was there. Somehow, my brother and him became friends, and we met, and it was me, my friend, another friend of mine, and this guy. Went and saw Blades of Glory in theaters.
Oh my god, yes, tell me more.
We held hands.
Aww.
And smooched. Just like he smooched me on the cheek.
Oh.
Was it Nick? No. Was it actually? No, it wasn't. He smooched me on the cheek. I don't count my middle school smooches.
They don't count. Anything
as like a first like real one.
Even those high school relationships don't really count.
Like, and 2 weeks later, or maybe 3 weeks, I don't fucking know. Like, we went on like one more date after that to the movies again, and like my parents were like, "Yo, your brother's going with you because I'm not letting you go on a date with a junior in high school."
Well, you're in 8th grade. Yeah.
And I was like, "He's fine." No. Listen to your parents.
Please do, because they know what the fuck is going on.
Please. Don't be stupid.
Listen to your parents, kids.
Well, a couple weeks after, like, the first movie date, and then, the date with my, where my friend and my brother had to tag along just to supervise us, I broke up with him on MySpace.
Is this MySpace era? Oh, it is MySpace era.
My MySpace name was Haley, and then in parentheses, like when I first made it, it was Haley is not emo, guys.
She was very emo.
I wasn't just emo. I was a hardcore douchey scene kid.
Oh my god, so was I. I hate looking back at those pictures because they make me cry.
I have a picture of me with my bangs and my Baja on, and then our friend was having her own Pokemon business with the necklaces.
Yes, I remember that. I bought one.
Well, yeah, I had like 6. You kidding me? I carried around the original like cases, the Pokeball cases for the gold Pokemon cards. I had 6 empty ones in my bag at all times.
Wonderful.
I had my own Game Boy.
We were nerds as shit.
I was playing. I got my Charizard up to a level 87 in 15 hours. I sat in darkness. I had my game pack for my GameCube. Well, not my GameCube, my N64. And I was like this. Now, granted, you talk to me about Pokemon now, I will still only know the first 150 and some of the JoJo.
That's all that matters.
Because that's all that matters to me. I feel like an old man. Actually, we'll get into my grandpa playing Pokemon later. But I broke up with Tucker. I broke up with him over...
Start over again.
I broke up with him over MySpace. And I remember word for word what I said to him. I'm breaking up with you. I'm sick of you. This isn't working out. Bye. I didn't respond to his message. Like, he's like, what? I don't understand. Then, I'm in middle school track.
Oh, no.
And, we had a track meet, and then, like, high schoolers were, like, there watching. And he was there trying to, like, cheer me on all creepily. And every time I looked over at him, I just gave him the dirtiest look. I felt, looking back, not mature. Real dumb. I should have told him in person.
But it was 8th grade, MySpace age.
8th grade, MySpace era.
I do have one semi-good, semi-sad breakup story. Because it's actually kind of funny how we broke up. It's sad. It really is. But at the same time, it's not. Because I'm still in love with him. He broke up with me because we were too much of friends. We got along too well with each other. That's why we broke up. And it still hurts me to this day. I still love this man. I will jump up and down. If he needed $50 right now, I will throw him 100. I love this man.
Throw him 100, give him a room for the night.
Yeah, basically.
Provide some extra towels, put some lavender in the bathtub.
Put a little chocolate milk on his pillow, the whole 9 yards.
Throw yourself on the bed, he opens the
Naked.
door.
Oh my god, I think that's what hurt the most, is when somebody broke up with me, because we're gonna call him Mick Jagger because his name closely resembles that enough where I
because he got the moves like Jagger.
He did. No, he didn't. He was actually really bad at sex, but
well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, this man is like 6'5" or something, and average penis, average sex. But I loved him. I still love him. Like, I will deal with average sex for the rest of my life for him.
You can spice it up.
Well, we can figure. Like, he got scared when he saw my fuzzy handcuffs.
Spice up your life.
Like,
you're a goddamn spice girl, Kayla.
I know. I need to be a more spice girl. I feel basic because my butt plug does not have a tail on it. That's how I feel basic. You're looking at me like, no, that's just weird. I just got like a normal one. You gotta say something soon instead of giving me that weird look.
I was not expecting butt plug.
With a tail.
With a tail.
I really want the unicorn one. Just stick it right out of my butt. You're just imagining it. One of my friends has a bunny tail, and I thought that was cute as shit, too.
You know, okay, I'm just being blindsided.
By sex toys.
By this new information I am learning about my friend that I have been friends with for years.
I know, people seem to think I'm like the most innocent creature in the world.
I know you.
True.
I'm not stupid, but I just
wasn't expecting that.
I was not. It was like a bomb. Just butt plugs with tails, guys.
But anyway, back to the Mick Jagger, who I'm still in love with to this day. I hated when he broke up with me. He literally broke up with me in my Mini Cooper in front of his apartment, and he gave me a goodbye kiss because I was crying so much.
Was this just before
I moved up here?
Yeah. Oof.
I know, it was so hard.
That's rough.
That's why I've been fucking a lot of guys since I've been here.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get rid of it. Because usually, like...
You know what, but that's okay. It's okay to just bone.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I used to, when I was living in Chicago, and whenever I would get over, like, a bad breakup, for the most part, I would always go back to the first guy I fucked, who was also in Chicago. We're going to call him Batman, because his name was Batman when I met him online.
That's nice.
That was his Instagram handle or whatever. It's like Batman something. So I was in love. Like, whenever I needed to redo, like, my sex life, for some odd reason, going back to the first guy I ever fucked to redo it just felt like a nice restart. It's like the restart button for me. And I don't have that while I'm up here, so I'm trying to find a restart guy up here. I don't have a restart guy. Unless I go to Bobby. But I gave him poison ivy on his dick, so I don't know how well he'll be open up to the idea of
sticking it.
And we never even had sex, so, like, how can I have a restart guy up here? And I still talk to my restart guy on the daily on Snapchat.
That's nice.
He was my first fuck.
So, you know what?
Breakup story from you, from somebody, and I'll do one, and then we'll quit.
I say, why don't you just share the viewer stories real quick?
Okay, I got 2 viewer stories.
Are they quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got, so back onto breakup stories. So there's 2 that were submitted. I got a bunch submitted, because a lot of people that I know submitted a bunch of them. But there was 2 that popped out at me because one was just fucking weird, and one is just, it fits this area. It's somebody who lives around here, and it fits it. It really does. So the first one is a close friend of mine from around here who I just met. We'll call her Candy. She was telling me about how her and this guy were dating for, like, months, and she would used to watch his kid all the time, and, you know, she gave up time with her kid to spend with his kid, and she used to do all this stuff, like buy the kid clothes and all that, and so she took the kid to vacation with her one time, too. And when she came back, you know, he was working all weekend, so he couldn't, you know, be with them. She was like, that's cool, I'll just watch your kid, whatever, we're dating. She comes back with, you know, she drops off the kid over at her place, and he's dropping the car off and all her stuff back at her place, all in his car. And, you know, she's like, okay, you know, continue unpacking everything. I'm going to run inside really quick and use the restroom. She goes back outside. The car is missing and all her luggage is on the side of the road. She's like, what the fuck? So she's running around the trailer and she's like, I don't even remember his name. We'll call him Jeremy. Jeremy, where are you? Jeremy, where the fuck are you? She's texting him over and over again. No response. He completely cut her, and she looked upstairs in their bedroom. All of his shit was gone. Everything. Like, he was just never there all of a sudden, and she never heard from him again. Like, that's how they broke up, is when she dropped off his kid from vacation, and he went to go drop off her stuff at her place. And she never saw him again.
Hold the fuck up.
That is how they broke up.
But did she get a reason?
She never, to this day, it's been years. It's been like 5 years. She still does not know the reason.
What?
She still does. That blew my fucking mind. She was like, yeah, and when she told me that story, I'm like, no fucking way. And then her parents were in there and was like, yeah, that's how they broke up. I was like, that is so not fucking normal.
Just,
were you dating a child?
I'm concerned with some people's fucking mental stability.
Especially around here, it's fucking weird. My favorite one is, so, about 12 years ago, this guy was dating this girl, and, you know, they were, like, high school sweethearts or whatever, broke up, you know, then they get back together. Wait, let me see if I get this straight, because now I gotta remember it. Okay, wait. Right after high school, they got together, and within 2 weeks, she moved in with him. Like, within the first, like, they were a typical lesbian couple. Moved in together 2 weeks right away. And, you know, after a few months, it didn't work out. So they broke up, but they still lived together. And she lost her job and everything. And so she needed to stay longer. And, like, so finally they move apart. And then a few years later, they meet up again. And she's an exotic dancer, he finds out. So he wears his pimpin' shirt from Vegas. And he wears that to go meet her for the first time. And she found it so hot that they got back together. They were only together for a short time still. Only because he wore an exotic t-shirt, because he found out she was an exotic dancer.
You know what? Good for them.
I thought it was so... I was like, that is the weirdest, like, breakup.
Get back together. Reunion breakup story.
But I kind of like, if some guy who I used to date just, like, wore a shirt that says depressed sack of shit, I'd be like, oh my god, you're wearing a shirt about me!
Can relate!
That's me!
And that's me.
But I thought those, like... breakup stories are, like, they vary, but, like, whenever I hear a new one that's just so out there, I'm like, you cannot write this shit.
You couldn't write the first one?
I couldn't know. That first one still freaks me out. I'm like, I need to know answers. I'm somebody who needs to know fucking answers. You cannot just leave me hanging.
Like that scene from The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon's on the fucking phone. They don't need sleep. I need answers.
I need answers. Yes, that's how I feel. Like, I cannot just let somebody go. I need to know why. You need to let me fucking know why.
So I'm stuck on this dude. Like, she took his child.
She was buying it Christmas gifts. She was taking it on vacation. She spent more time with his kids some days than she did with her own.
Oh my god.
And this guy literally, after she got back from vacation, there was, like, the kid wasn't there, and she's, like, in the house, and she's just going to the bathroom, something comes back out, and her luggage is just sitting there. Like, he didn't even bother to bring it in. All his stuff is gone. She doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. And she never gets an answer. That's what pisses me off the most.
I just want to know, if they were on vacation, or whatever, like, how did he get all of his shit out? Like, did he have somebody take it out?
I think maybe he had a key to the trailer or something. Because he was probably still there, because, well, those two were on vacation.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think they were living together. I think that was part of it.
That is just insane.
I know there's more crazy stories out there, and if any of you want to, like, send us...
We'll just do an episode that's completely dedicated to breakup stories.
I just want to hear breakup stories, because sometimes they're the craziest bullshit ever.
Or just send in your craziest stories. Like, I want them to do an episode one day where, you know, craziest things to happen while working in food service or customer service.
So many!
Oh my god.
I am a server, and I fucking love it.
You heard my crazy vegan story. So, but yeah, if you have any, like, funny stories, wild stories, please send them to us, because we love hearing that shit from you guys. We love getting, like, a listener feedback and talking, you know, being able to have an open conversation. Fun. Yeah, it's so much fun. Especially when we go off on tangents and we kind of lose sight of what we were doing.
All day,
We're
every day.
professionals at this.
Watch
no,
out.
Please forgive us and our our super amateur status. We're figuring this out.
Oh yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet.
So, do you want to wrap it up there? Because it is 1:06 in the morning, and we should have cut this forever ago.
We probably should have. But guys, it has been a great episode. We'll see you next week. We'll try to be posting a little bit better. Follow us on Patreon, donates if you want to keep hearing us. We can, focus more on this instead of the jobs that we hate so much.
And we're going to work on releasing exclusive content for Patreon listeners that donate more than $1.
Yeah, we're like $1 a month. Like, we'll literally give you cool stuff. You just donate $1 a month. But there's also I also wanted to ask this: if anyone out there is like really good at graphic designing and animation, please hit us up. Like, slide into our DMs, especially if you're cute and single. Slide into my DM.
You can also follow us on our Facebook page.
I'll have all the links and everything down below. I've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
and you can
Snapchat.
If you're gonna follow us on Twitter, follow us at Monpod Network, and that's capital MON, capital POD, capital Network.
Capital Network.
Capital Network. And then we also have our own individual Twitter pages. I'm at QuickDraw McHaley, and then we have
Dandelion Whisk 1.
Because for some reason, Dandelion Whiskey was already taken.
I guess Dandelion Whiskey was taken, so now it's got a weird name, and that's okay with me. But you can follow me on Instagram, it's Dandelion Whiskey.
You can follow me at Harry on Instagram. I need to change my name because I honestly can't tell you how many A's are in my...
I think there's 5.
Is there 5? Have you counted my A's?
I think I did count your A's because I was really fucking curious on Instagram.
There's 5 A's, maybe 3 or 4 R's, 2 Y's, and an underscore.
Yeah, it's really weird. But we'll put everything down below, so follow us. And again, if you know anyone who is animator or anything like that, tell us to hit us up.
Or is even good at just drawing.
Beautiful artworks. We're interested in all. Just slide into the DM, especially right here, guys. Come on, come here, come to mama.
So thank you guys so much. We'll hopefully be doing another episode soon.
We're gonna try to post weekly every week. So see you next week on the next podcast, or hear you on the next podcast. To the journey of nowhere.
And thank you for being our friend.
Thank you for being a friend.